Hello everyone and welcome back to The Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, The Lost Planeswalker, and today I'm going to talk about some of the new and upcoming cards from the Universes Beyond Lord of the Rings set. This is an exciting new set that brings the world of Lord of the Rings into Magic the Gathering. Now, let's start out and look at some of these new cards. Starting off, we have most likely the card that's going to get the most press right now, the One Ring. This is a pretty cool artifact that gives you protection from everything for an entire turn. This can potentially save you from losing and gives you time to catch back up. In addition, you can place bird encounters on the One Ring to draw a card. In doing so, you'll be taking more damage each turn. This card has a pretty high price point right now, but should drop as the set continues. And there are some special printings with the One Ring. Actually, there's a very special one of a kind, and I mean one of one, the One Ring. This will be Magic's most rare card, and while it's really good, I don't know how high of a price this card could climb to if it lands in the hands of an auction. Next, we have Frodo, Sauron's Bane. Like some other creatures, you have to pay mana to upgrade the creature to get more value out of it. If you can upgrade Frodo all the way and you have enough bird encounters, you can make an opponent instantly lose the game. This seems like a cool card and has some fun printings. I don't know how easy it will be to win, but it's worth trying anyways. Next to Frodo on his entire journey is Samwise the Stout-Hearted. Just like Frodo, we'll be getting several versions of this card, and this is going to be very interesting. If you have a board wipe or you have to sack a permanent, you can play Samwise to get it back. This card has many different abilities and seems very good. I'm a fan of White Recursion and can definitely see myself playing this card. And maybe the third most iconic character so far is Gollum, Patient Plotter. Gollum is a rather inexpensive card that uses the temp mechanic, and we will see more about this as the set gets spoiled. This is a pretty cool card that can be used as a sack outlet even when it's in the graveyard. This gives those sack outlet cards another route even when we have nothing on the battlefield. We will see how this card evolves as we get closer to the set releasing, but I'm very excited to see it. Before we dive into some other new cards, let's take a look at some of the reprints that are going to be box toppers for this set. We have some very notable cards with the Party Tree as a skin of the Great Henge, Bridge of Khazad-dûm as Ensnaring Bridge, and Valley of Gorgoth as Wasteland. All these are really cool and powerful and are well worth being box toppers. I hope we get to see more cards like this as the rest of the box toppers are revealed. In addition to box toppers, we have a buy a box promo with Trailblazer's Boots that allows for non-basic land walk, which is really amazing because all formats use more than just basic lands. Now, let's get into some of the new cards that are going to come out with this next set. First off, we're getting a lot of different variants of Sol Ring, a very iconic and powerful card in Commander. Now there are special editions for Sol Ring for a version for the elves, one for the dwarves, and one for mortal men. There will be foil serialized versions and non-foil with 300 foil and 3000 non-foil for elves, 700 foil and 7000 non-foil for dwarves, and 900 foil and 9000 non-foil for mortal men. These are pretty cool Sol Rings, and if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, these might just be a pickup, but they might also come at a price. Looking at the next two cards, we have two mono white cards with You Cannot Pass and Reprieve. I can see both of these cards being very powerful and very much played in Modern, with You Cannot Pass destroying a creature that was blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. This would be a great card to play in between blockers and combat to destroy your opponent's creatures. And Reprieve is a very unique card with you being able to return a spell to its owner's hand. Whether it's a creature or counterspell, this will help keep your opponents from messing up your board and you getting a card from it. Next are two of the most powerful creatures in the Lord of the Rings universe, with Gandalf as Gandalf the Grey and Tom Bombadil. Gandalf the Grey offers some cool value for Izzet players that can be activated whenever an instant or sorcery is cast. I can see this card working best in decks that are able to blink Gandalf or reset his abilities to keep him from having to be recast over and over again. You can also use his last ability to avoid a kill spell and put him back on top. Tom Bombadil is a very interesting card that really makes use of the Bard archetype. It has a very cool Saga synergy that helps you put more onto the battlefield for free. I can see both of these creatures being very popular and wanted by all. Along with creatures, there are some cool lands that are going to be super fun to play with. The Shire and Mount Doom are two super cool legendary lands. The Shire comes into play tapped unless you control a legendary creature, taps for a green, and you can make a food token with it. And Mount Doom taps for 1 life in either black or red. You can pay to deal 1 damage to each opponent, and you can sacrifice it and a legendary artifact to destroy all but 2 creatures. This is an amazing card that can help you clear the board to win the game. In addition to the legendary lands, there are 2 new basic lands for each land type showing the map of the world. These cards are so much fun and provide so much flavor for the basic land cycle. They are really unique, and I would love to collect one of each for myself. Moving on, we have 2 cards from the starter decks, which are Aragon and Arwen Wed, which has a great +1/+1 and life gain synergy, and it looks like this is going to be a very fun card to play with. And the other one is Sauron, the Lidless Eye, who can steal a creature, and he can also buff your other creatures and make your opponents lose life. I don't know which one of these cards will be better in the end, but they both look very fun to play with. The other products we have coming out for this are 4 new commander decks, and we get to look into 2 of the commander creatures. Sam, Loyal Attendant, and Radagast, Wizard of the Wilds are 2 super fun cards. Sam is a partner commander with Frodo, and they have a really cool food synergy, which makes a lot of sense for hobbits. Radagast, Wizard of the Wilds, is a beast and bird commander, which makes more beasts and birds whenever you cast a spell with mana cost 5 or greater. And he also gives himself and birds and beasts Ward 1. So, people are going to try and avoid targeting your creatures. There are a lot of really fun and cool cards that are coming out with this new set, and I hope you are as excited as I am. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing to my channel for more Magic news and other content I create. Please also leave a like and comment down below. And as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.